All right, welcome back to Two Stupid Guys Trade Stocks. I'm Vinny.
I'm Dylan.
And today we're going to talk about the death of the U.S. dollar. There was a news story this week that kind of highlighted it a little bit for me, and I wanted to do like a couple other summary videos of some news topics that have come up recently about inflation and the U.S. dollar and that sort of stuff. But yeah,
If you like this entertaining kind of stock market and economic content, just give us a like and subscribe. We're two stupid guys who don't really know anything. So,
yeah. All right, we'll get to it.
Two stupid guys trade stocks.
All right, did you see that Jerome Powell talk this week about give an update to Congress?
So I day trade, which is not a part of this channel yet because I'm still practicing. It was wild to day trade with that on because every positive thing he said was like you could see the SPY move upwards. Then every negative thing is like down, and then it ended very down. So
Yeah, it was kind of a wild week. So, this is a stock that kind of prompted me to make this video today. Dollar Tree, you have Dollar Trees down there?
oh yeah.
Yeah, okay. I kind of figured. But they had this big gap up here, huge volume increase, right? Look at that volume increase. Isn't that sexy for you day trader types?
That is a gross amount of volume, and I will say I day traded the stock on that
Did
day.
you?
Yeah.
It's hilarious. Oh, so you must know the news story then, right?
I just know that they increased. They're no longer dollar store. Well,
Basically,
they are, but
yeah.
not really.
Yeah, so this is the headlines where you're seeing this is actually from like NewJersey.com, but it was Dollar Tree will start selling items that cost more than $1. That was why they popped. Moving away from the roots a little bit.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't realize it was that simple, but yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, exactly. So this is the actual press release that the company put out. Whole lot of verbiage here, but basically they're saying that they may have price points up to $1.50 for some items. That they've been developing this for a little while, but this dollar plus store format where they have items valued all the way up to $5. $5.
Those are some really nice quality paper plates.
Yeah, probably. They're like the
Nice.
nice ones where you can like actually put stuff on it and they don't fold in half.
Oh, like sauces? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So brief history, Dollar Tree here basically started as a variety store, Ben Franklin Variety Store. For those of you who don't know, Ben Franklin Variety Store was a franchise of variety stores. Walmart actually gets their start as owner of Ben Franklin Variety Store. Then eventually transitions into his own format.
Nice.
Walton's Variety and that sort of stuff. But the chain actually opened in 1986 here and was called Only a Dollar. That's when they formally became, like the company that is the founder of Dollar Tree. The previous one here, this K&K 5 and Dime, or 5 and 10 store, actually kind of does a couple different things. Eventually gets sold out to like partly to KB Toys and that sort of stuff. But anyways, the main one here, like I said, is called Only a Dollar. And they changed that name in 1993. Maybe 1993, they already saw the writing on the wall that calling a store only a dollar would be kind of, reining you in, limit your options, right?
It's also a crappy name. Dollar Tree's better.
Yeah, okay. But I don't know if you remember these old livery here where it had this signage on the building, everything's $1. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little bit rough.
Pretty sure they don't use that anymore. Kind of briefly, discount retailing actually started 1879 with Woolworths. You ever heard of Woolworths?
No.
Yeah, I kind of figured not. But they had the great 5-cent store, and already by 1880 they already changed their format a little bit to the 5 and dime store, 5 cents and 10 cents, which is equivalent to like a $1 and $2 price point today. Basically, is what they, from what I was reading. I didn't do the inflation adjusted math, but that's kind of the origin of this like super discount retailing comes from.
Right.
And this highlights a little bit like we talked about this in the beginning when Burry was making these like kind of inflammatory predictions about possibility of hyperinflation and the YMR like hyperinflation. People kept saying no, it's not going to happen. It's only transitory. Same thing Kathy Wood has kind of said, and now finally you're seeing a little bit of. I don't want to say we're going towards that. I certainly still don't think so. But I think people that were discounted the likelihood of inflation being a persistent problem, didn't really give it enough credit. And finally, in this testimony this week, Fed Chairman Powell here said that inflation is frustrating.
So are you saying that we were right on our earlier videos?
I mean, I wouldn't say that we were right. It's still too early to say that, but
I'll say that.
Yeah, I'm
We were
saying
right.
that there's more going on here than I think people originally gave it credit for. The supply chain disruptions and narrowing margins. You're continuing to see that. Like that didn't just come and go. It wasn't just simply a supply chain disruption. It has stayed. And there's actually another article here where I highlighted one sentence in particular, which I thought was super important. This one right here, okay. So they talked a little bit about how this the key inflation gauge is, rising at 3.6% year over year, highest level since the 1990s, right? So
Right.
30-year high. And this is the one that the Federal Reserve predominantly uses in setting, kind of their monetary policy. But this line from this article, personal income has also surged for the month, jumping 1.1%, well ahead of the 0.3% Dow Jones estimate. Like almost quadruple what the estimate was in terms of personal income.
What is the significance of that?
Great question.
Yes.
Part of the question here is what type of inflation are we seeing in this demand pull versus like a kind of a cost push inflation. So initially we saw demand was greatly outstripping supply, and that was just because people were getting all the stimulus checks from the government, and they thought that would be transitory, as in like they got the cash, they bought a bunch of stuff with it, and then the cash is gone. But what you're seeing now is you're seeing wages actually rising, right? Because you're actually seeing people continuing to have more money coming in, right, through higher and higher wages. So they're going to continue to be able to pull in terms of like pricing, right? But you're also seeing increased push in terms of costs because people are not only the end user of or purchaser of products, they're also one of the most expensive portions of the production of products. So companies are having to pay more for their employees to produce the products. So you're seeing inflation on kind of both sides of it, from like my stupid guy readings of inflation and monetary policy. But
so it's no longer just the supply demand issue. It's now both.
Yeah, you're seeing it affecting both sides of the equation, basically. I'm thinking about personal income going up quadruple what they estimated. Yeah, I mean, highlight this. Like, I don't know, what it's like the job market down there in Arizona, but every like fast food restaurant that I've driven past in the last 2 months has a sign up that says, $15 or more starting minimum wage.
Same.
Is that what you guys are saying too?
Yeah, it's everyone is hiring, and I don't know, like literally every place.
Yeah, do they put up like how much they're willing to pay, like on their
yeah, and they're starting to advertise bonuses and sign-on bonuses on like big paper signs. I saw those people that like spin a sign.
Yeah,
I saw one of them just spinning a sign-on bonus thing.
I love it.
Yeah.
So like, look at this number right here. So this is where you see it, because like I said, these are the companies that you actually see will put their wages out on the side of the highway. But fast food wages 10% in the latest quarter. 10%. Yeah, I know. That's a hell of a McDouble, right?
It's a McDouble. You were waiting to say that.
Yeah, well, I could have called it. That's basically what's going on there. The good news is that it's killed this fight for 15 minutes movement.
Yeah,
I like a $15 minimum wage is ridiculous. I googled to say if there was a fight for 20, because I'm sure that's someone's building that now. Maybe we can get on that.
Probably, yeah. What is the mandatory minimum wage?
The U.S. federal minimum wage is $7.25.
Is that still what it is?
Yeah,
just no one's paying that because no one will get hired.
No, absolutely not. Like, I mean, I don't know anywhere like in the United States that you could probably hire someone for $7 an hour right now. It's absolutely insane.
No, you can't. Not with I think Target, Chick-fil-A, like all the places near me are all advertising like at least 13 or higher.
13. So 13 is the lowest number you've seen. The lowest number I've seen in my area is 15. But I'm in the Northeast, so
yeah, I'm in Arizona.
But yeah, there's a KFC that's 16. It's just insane. Like, how much kind of competition there is for people, particularly in that industry right now. That's one of the most stark. The article went on to talk a little bit about like kind of casual dining rather than just fast food. And casual dining was also saw a 4% wage increase. So that's Chili's and things like that. Line cooks, I think, on average are making like 6% more, to kind of burn my burger at Chili's.
Good. They work their ass off.
Yeah, but
I worked at a restaurant for 5 years.
The problem is you're never going to push these wages back down. Like once you're earning $15 an hour or whatever working at McDonald's, like, you're going to be willing to take a job for less than that?
No.
I that's why I think this only goes up. Like it's a single direction,
Yeah, I agree.
So that's what I think was kind of underappreciated in this, and that same thing. It's just a continual march higher. And yeah, sure, the pace has become a little bit more abrupt, but you're not putting this genie's out of the bottle. You're not putting this back down in terms of pricing. That was my point here.
It's definitely gonna be interesting to see what happens in like 12 months from now, because there's so much change over the last 12 months. I feel like it could be just absolutely insane. Like, who would have thought, like, in January of 2020 we were talking about any of this happening? So
yeah, I know. Like, it's definitely interesting. I got a 5% raise last year, and I feel like I lost money because I did.
Yeah, I also did. I made 4% less.
Go love it. All right, guys. Well, let us know what you think down below. Is this line coming to fruition? That Powell was wrong? That it's not just transitory? We'll see.
All right, thank you, guys.
Catch you in the next one.